how to invest £10,000 in property. This is one of the questions that I get asked all of the time. I've now done over £28 million worth of property deals in just the last 6 years, and I've personally raised over £9 million of private funding using other people's money. So I certainly know what works, I know what doesn't work. And actually my first time round in property was a complete disaster in my 20s and early 30s, and I lost over €2 million. However, it wasn't that the game was wrong, it's just that the player wasn't playing it right. So I've got two answers to this question: how to invest £10,000 in property. So £10,000 doesn't get you many deals. It won't get you very far. If you are looking to buy property, it's almost nowhere near what you need for a deposit, unless you're buying a shack somewhere. Because when you buy property, you typically need to find 25% of the purchase price. Then you have your legals, then you have stamp duty, and as a property investor, you're gonna wanna buy dirty, horrible, smelly houses and give them some love. So you need something called refurbishment money, so you can get the builders in, new kitchen, new bathroom, maybe an extension, maybe go into the loft, and really add value. Because by adding value, when you go and refinance, buy, refurbish, refinance, you're able to pull out the money. So what do you do if you've only got £10,000? Well, you can still get some epic results. So answer number one: if you are brand new to property, or you're part-time, or you've maybe done a couple of deals and you feel stuck, and you're just getting into the point where you want to start and scale, but you haven't had any advanced training or mentoring, then I would highly recommend that you use part of that £10,000 to get some advanced training and to get yourself a great mentor. Get into a mastermind group or join an academy where you're gonna be surrounded by like-minded people. You're gonna be surrounded by property experts that are gonna help you, start, scale and grow, and walk you through the process and give you some hand-holding. And you can go and get some advanced training and some mentoring. Hey, let's just call it £5,000, okay? So you invest £5,000 in some form of education, and of course, you can listen to YouTube videos, podcasts, you can watch, motivational videos, you can read books, you can watch TV programs, but that's not gonna keep you to a high level of accountability. And there's a lot to do in property. You wanna make sure that you're utilizing all of the tools. You wanna get the right property in the right location, and you can also then learn through advanced training and through mentoring on how to raise joint venture funding, other people's money. So for example, you had £10,000, you're brand new, you haven't got a lot of experience, you definitely need to get a great mentor and advanced training. Let's just call that £5,000. So what do you do with the other 5,000? Well, you can start with a strategy called rent to rent. This is an amazing strategy. It's a high cash flowing strategy, and you don't even have to buy property. You haven't got to go through legals. You've not really got to do a massive refurb. Doesn't really matter if you've got CCJs or you're blacklisted or whatever the case may be, because rent to rent is where you control other people's property. You go out to letting agents, you go out to landlords, and you take control of landlords' properties. You give them the rent that they would charge as a single let. Let's just call it £1,000 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment. Now, obviously that will change depending on what area you live in. The landlord then gives you the keys. You are becoming really the tenant, and you can do that through a legal framework. You've got to make sure you've got the right contracts in place. But what that landlord will allow you to do is operate that as serviced accommodation or as a HMO, a house in multiple occupancy, where you then turn it into rooms and you rent those rooms out to professional tenants, or you rent the rooms on a night by night stay, just like you would a hotel, home away from home. Serviced accommodation is the fastest growing property strategy in the UK right now. Minimum cash in, maximum cash out. And when you do serviced accommodation, rent to rent, you're not going to be looking to buy dirty, horrible, smelly, disgusting houses. You're going to rent properties that are already in a good condition. So you haven't got to do any type of refurbishment work. You're not looking to add any bedrooms. You're not doing any extensions. You're taking the property as it is, and then you use things like Airbnb, you use booking.com, you become a relocation agent, and you rent the rooms out, or not the rooms, the flat out or the house out, night by night out to holiday makers, couples, families. The contractor market is booming right now. People are not going on holiday due to the pandemic. People are not wanting to stay in hotels. Hotel industry is on its knees right now. People want home away from home. So you might be thinking, £5,000, I can do that. Yes, you can. Most of my personal graduates, I'll give you an example, Laura North. She's recently just completed on property deal number 10, rent to rent. She doesn't own the property, she rents it from a landlord, and the landlord allows her to use it as serviced accommodation. She gets her deals over the line on average for just £3,000 a deal. But let's just say it is 5,000, right? Some deals will be a bit more, some will be a bit less. So the £5,000 is gonna be enough investment capital to get your first deal over the line. And a rent to rent serviced accommodation unit typically will average at about £12,000 a year net profit. £12,000, it's £1,000 a month. You've got no mortgage, you've not bought the property, you just control the property. Imagine what £12,000 a year will do for you right now. Additional income. And you can run this where it doesn't take up a lot of your time. You could get a management agent in. There's lots of things you can do in property so it doesn't feel like a job. So that would be my recommendation. If you are brand new, you don't have experience, you've not done many deals, put £5,000 aside for some type of training or mentoring, and then use the £5,000 to turn that into £12,000. So if we look at, and let's say you get a 5-year deal, £12,000 net profit per year, over the next 5 years, £60,000. £60,000 you've just added to your bottom line. And I'm pretty confident many of you watching this now, an extra £60,000 over 5 years is going to enhance your lifestyle. Look, it's not going to make you a millionaire. It might not get you to a position where you've got your Lamborghini or you're putting your kids through private school. But an extra £60,000 on the bottom line into your household, I'm sure it's going to take away a few pressures. I'm sure it's going to make you a happier person. I'm sure it's then going to give you the motivation, the confidence to go out there and do property deal number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Hey, maybe 10 deals like Laura North. And she's been able to do that in just 18 months. She's now making over £120,000 a year net profit from a serviced accommodation rent-to-rent business. So, to answer that question again, but give you a different answer. So answer number 2, if you've got a mentor, if you've been on advanced training, if you've set your company up, you've got your confidence, then the £10,000 can go into 2 deals. £5,000 for one, £5,000 for the next. That gives you 2 deals. 2 deals at £12,000 per year per property. And let's say you get a 5-year term with the landlord, £120,000 on the bottom line. So it just goes to show, you do not need big pots of cash in order to start creating massive passive income in property. Start small. build your confidence, grow your team, outsource, leverage, 1 deal, 2 deals, 3 deals. Before you know it, you're gonna be up at like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 deals. And then naturally, you're gonna be in a position where you never have to worry about money ever again. Get yourself in a position where you then might wanna think about owning property, using your own money, using other people's money, and then you start to create multiple property income streams. Rent to rent SA, HMO, single lets, lease options, commercial conversions, land developments, assisted sales, flips. The world is your oyster. I love business. I love property. I love working with people just like yourself. That's why I operate and co-own the UK's leading property, business and wealth training company. We help people on their journeys because I don't want you to make the mistakes I did, and I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to help millions of people around the globe become financially illiterate, understand investing, get your money working for you so you can live the life that you deserve and you desire, and you can do the things that you want to do. And let's not beat around the bush. If you want a better quality life, you need more money, and you focus on what you get. So if you're watching this now, you're listening to this now, and you want to get into property, then come and hang out with us. Come hang out with us, Assets for Life. Check me out, check us out. If we can do it, you can do it. If you are new to this channel, hey, leave me a comment below. It would be amazing if you could hit the like button. Also hit subscribe, because I release new videos every single week. If I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.